This is the SuperSport Schools Podcast, bringing you stories of our future stars, powered by Spur Steak Ranchers.
1, 2, 3, go!
Hello and welcome to the SuperSport Schools Podcast, proudly brought to you by Spur. Today, we're taking a dive into the world of basketball, something that I love and have a deep passion for. And today I have Jarrell and Kuda joining me to talk about playing basketball in South Africa and especially focusing on the Inanda Hoops Challenge. So, Jarrell, Kuda, it's nice to meet you guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Tim, it's good. I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
We're mainly focused on our rugby, our hockey, our netball, but basketball, it's a bit smaller. So how did you guys get into hoops?
Well, I started off playing basketball at a very young age. It actually started off by playing 2K. I was inspired by 2K. It's a video game, basketball related, and I just fell in love with the sport through the game. And I had a friend of mine, his name is Oliver Spencer. He was a captain of the Saints team. And yeah, me and him just got into it through 2K, and then we just started, training, playing it, and then we really fell in love with the sport. So it just took on from there.
Okay. It started in grade 10. I remember, so I got a scholarship to KES, raised to God. And I remember when I got there in January, we had a basketball match against Saints. And I was just falling in love with it. That was the first time I ever really saw basketball in person. And then Coach Manny, my coach, he saw me and he was like, I'm not going to do an impression because I'm going to get in trouble. But essentially, what he said was, I want you to play for us. I just need you to train and work hard. And for me, that was like my invite into the new space. And I was just like, you know what, new school, new place, the coach is already seeing me. Let me give it a shot. That's how I started.
What's the basketball culture at KES like?
KES, it's all about hard work, Coach Manny is a man who, he doesn't have favorites in the sense that he honors the people who work hard, There were so many people that were talented, so many talented individuals in our school who could have played first team, but didn't put the work in. In comparison, you'll get less talented guys. For example, I'll use myself. I was born with height, I was blessed with height, but skill-wise, I had no clue what was going on. But for me personally, I have this competitive drive where it's like, I don't want to lose. If I'm going to put my mind to something, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to compete. I don't do things to just participate. And I would work day in, day out, weekends, holidays. And yeah, I believe that's just what KES has made its culture about, hunger and hard work.
So, Kuda, you're at St. John's. What was the culture like there? Was it similar to Jarrell's experience at KES? Being two schools in the same district, I'm sure there was a lot of competition.
Yes. That's the word to use, competition. Funny you asked me that because Coach Manny was actually at St. John's when I first came before he moved to KES. And same thing that Jarrell said, Coach Manny's all about hard work. So when we came in, I was a part of a year group that was blessed. We had been playing basketball for much longer than a lot of the other schools, and we were skilled. So that created a hyper-competitive environment. And when you add Coach Manny into the mix, it just made it 10 times more, because he was all about hard work. He was all about pushing us. And because of our competitive nature, we pushed each other. And everybody was at each other's necks. But it was great. It was a great experience. And I think that culture translated into the year groups below us. And yeah, it was just an unforgettable experience. It really pushed us.
So the big thing that's on currently when we're recording, the Inanda Hoops Challenge is going on. And I'm sure you guys competed at it. What was your experience competing at it like?
It was great. I was lucky enough to experience it, I think, 3 times. 4 times. Twice under 15 and twice in the first team, which is the under 19 division. And one thing about the Inanda Hoops Challenge is that every single year is a new opportunity for a new team to come and take the crown. It's an opportunity for the boys who are now currently in grade 11 to take charge and lead because the matrics are gone at this point, and it's like a step into a new environment where now you're the leader and you have to show out. So it's a great environment. I had lots of fun playing in it. The competition was crazy, and the fact that there's a new winner every single year stands as testament to that. But it's an overly competitive environment. It's very fun, action-packed, full of fans, and yeah, it's really nice.
For me personally, yeah, Inanda, so special for me. Like going from a school, so I went to Branson High School before I went to KES, and to see the exposure that it got, like so many different schools, St. David's, all these schools that I'd never seen before. Over there at Branson, we'd only heard about these schools, you know? So now to be in those environments, it was really crazy. And it was so special. I've been there twice. The first time, yeah, it was really, really new. It was an enjoyable experience. I mean, I think we got to fourth place the first time. It was a very hard road, but you know, we learned a lot about ourselves, me and my first squad. And then the second time around, we got to third place. I managed to take the team there, and yeah, no, it's just a blessing each and every time I get to see such an environment. And yeah, that's how it felt for me. That's how it is.
And just to add on to what Jarrell was saying, the tournament is amazing, but what I like about the tournament is it's highly concentrated with Johannesburg teams. So it's full of schools with it's full of schools from Johannesburg. Yes, there's an odd few from Durban and other provinces, but it's not like other tournaments where you have many other schools from different provinces. So really, Inanda is an indicator of like the kings of Joburg basketball. So that's what I really like about it. And not to brag, but we are the best, province when it comes to basketball. So really, to give us the spotlight as Johannesburg basketball, it's great. And to win that just gives you so much more confidence.
Look, I can't deny the dominance that Joburg schools have. I mean, I'm from the Cape, and I hoop down here, but sure, the guys from Joburg, it's a different gravy, it's a different sauce, it's a different game. The way you guys see the game, the amount of effort and talent and hard work that you see these guys putting into it. I have to give it. I don't know what's in the water up in Johannesburg, but hey, it's really ballers. But something I caught is, Inanda's fairly early in the season, but just the standard of ball at it is so high. You watch it and it's just highlights here and there, but it's also a team that's gelled together. You see every team playing for their brother next to them, looking for those passes, looking down the lanes. What's the preparation like to get you guys ready to face the other potential kings of Joburg?
So I'd say, from my perspective, we got to play in the KES-St tournament leading up to Inanda. I think it's 2 weeks or a week before, if I'm not mistaken. But that happens annually, that KES-St tournament, and it's a tournament that really allows you to know your teammates and bond, because you're going to KES-St and you're staying at KES-St with your team. You're sleeping with your teammates. You're spending so much time. Whereas now during Inanda, you go back home after a game. So leading up to that KES-St tournament, obviously you have to train before a tournament. And what that training regimen would look like is we'd have training camps during the holidays, because, we had just come back from holiday and then we're going to KES-St. So during the holidays, about 2 weeks before we go back to school, we'd have training camps. And I know Coach Manny, you'd comment on this, Jarrell, that Coach Manny's adamant on training camps. So I'm sure that he would do the same for you during your holidays. I know KES is different to St. John's. But we'd have training camps where it's about 3 hours, and it's conditioning, it's gym work, and then it's court work. And then from then on, that'll last for about 2 weeks. Then from then on, we're ready for the tournament skill-wise, and we're conditioned. And then the bonding comes in through that KES-St tournament. So that when Inanda comes, You now know your teammates, you've done the work, and you're just gelling, you're just flowing. So I think that's how it is leading up to it, and everybody wants to win Inanda. So that KES-St tournament is just like a starter, and you're just hungry for Inanda. You're just thinking about it. That's the energy that it brings.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kuda, you said it perfectly, man. That's exactly what Coach Manny does, I'd say. And for us, it's been training camps, and also from the year before, or rather, let me say from the St. John's tournament. That's obviously our last tournament at the team, right? And then obviously the seniors leave, the new guys come up, and let's say in our case, for example, you're left with this hunger and desire, like, yo, I really want that first place medal. The next time it comes around, I want to do more, I want to do better. So now you're putting in work by yourself, during winter season and all that individual work. And then when they come together again, you have a KES-St tournament that we usually go to. This year, the new guys, they went to Westville again. And, again, you bond with your teammates, like Kuda said, and this builds more hunger because, you see the potential that you guys have. Like right now, this team that we have right now, amazing potential from them. And it's a testament to Coach Manny's work ethic with them, because the amount of work that they put in, it's starting to pay off, especially at Inanda Hoops right now. I believe they played an hour ago. Right now, they are 4 for 4. They haven't lost a single game. And, that's just a testament to how that preparation has come into play. And like Kuda said, the KES-St tournament is a prerequisite. And now the main course is starting to come.
100%.
A lot of hard work and dedication that goes into these tournaments. So, flashing back on your time playing there, are there any memories that stand out, whether it's you two playing against each other, because you guys are basically at rival schools? Anything that stands out?
It's actually one now that you mention it. There was a time, I think it was our most recent game against KES. No, not our most recent, our second. We played KES quite a bit. We have a very strong rivalry. But we were playing away at KES, right? And, everybody was like, okay, Gerald, tall figure, he's a captain of KES, but we haven't seen him play because, he's a rugby star. We know him for rugby. We haven't seen him play basketball. The game starts, and I think it's about 3 minutes into the game. This guy, Gerald, I don't know what he was on. He comes off, I think, the 45, catches the ball, drives, picks it up, and dunks it over our center, Allen at the time, with his right hand. And he was driving with his right hand. Now, if you play basketball, anyone will tell you that when you're driving from the left side and you finish with your right hand, that's harder because you want to finish typically with your left if you're coming off the left side. So everybody went crazy. And after that, we were like, geez, nah, he's the real deal. But that's just one of the memories that I have. But there's so many memories. I could go on and on and on. It's just when it comes to playing KES, whether it's rugby or basketball, St. John's v KES is just crazy. And it's something that we all want to win so bad. But yeah, there's a lot. That's it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, that one was...
You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I definitely. For me, the best memory that I have, especially from the rivalry, I remember when we played at you guys. It was the first time that my mom ever had a chance to come and watch me play. So now, my mom's in the stands. My sister was also there for the first time for basketball. I'm like, I have to do something crazy. And then I remember that game, it was away at St. John's. I just remember, I'm not a shooter, but that game, I was hitting mid-ranges, shots deep, and I was surprised with going in. Like, I just chucked the ball like mid. I was like, okay. And then I remember in that same game, I got a fast break. I went for the dunk. And then I remember after my game, my mom came up to me. She's like, you're supposed to be playing rugby. How are you dunking this ball? And blah, blah, blah. So that would be my favorite memory, making my mom happy.
I can definitely sense the rivalry between you. I need to know, Who has the winning record? Who has more dubs over the other?
You gonna tell him?
Trying to think. We've played each other.
It looks like you know.
Yeah, I think Kuren was good at telling. Tell
It's
us.
us. Of course it's us. I
This is
mean,
what-
okay, I'll be honest with you. It's well balanced. So we played them so many times that it's hard to recollect. But there's a good balance. You guys have gotten the best of us. I think on our most recent game, they got the best of us. But if I'm looking at my whole journey through the first team, remember, Gerald came in grade 10. I was playing from grade 9. So Gerald wasn't there for the first few years. So that's where the deciding factor comes in. Before Gerard came in, we had a few on KES. But I'll say after, Gerard came in, it's been very balanced. I think they've beaten us more. But because of those years, I think it was even before Coach Manny came, we've been in KES a lot more. Not a lot more. We've been in KES more. But it's been a great rivalry.
It's been great. Well, at least with my,
And it's going to continue.
oh, most definitely.
The obvious, I mean, you guys are coming to the end of your high school careers, but I mean, sounds like you guys have hoop dreams. You want to still stay active. Where you guys thinking of going after this?
So I'm thinking of going to VIT. They have a very good ball program there, and I know a few of the coaches. A special shout out to Coach Angelo. He's a former St. John's boy. And yeah, he was killing it at VIT, and he told me about VIT. I played there a few times, so I'm looking there to go over there and just play it out.
Okay, yeah. For me, I'm gonna be very honest. Basketball is like a side hustle, But obviously, I put my own efforts. And like Kuda said, I'm more of a rugby guy. I've been blessed to get a professional contract. So since I'm staying in Jersey, because I'm playing for the Lions, thank God, I will be going to VITS, but most likely be playing rugby. But if I get the chance, best believe I'm going to be on the court.
Congratulations on that contract, brother. Well deserved.
God is good.
Congrats. God is good. It's good to hear that, all your hard work and dedication has come through, and now you're seeing the fruits of it. I know following USA every year, because not to be biased, I'm an ECT boy, but every year I get to watch, we made it to the quarterfinals, knocked out by VITS. We made it to the quarterfinals, knocked out by VITS. So, you know what? I'll concede. You can always bring your talents down here to the Cape. We would love to have you. We're playing St. John's boys down here, so you wouldn't be out of your element.
I'm good on that. I'm a pass.
Again, playing at these tournaments does require a strong head of you, and that strong head does also come from strong leadership, whether within and without the team. Luckily, I got the scoop from you guys that you're both captains. What is it like getting your team into that mental space and leading your team into all these high energy, high intensity spaces?
To start off, it's actually a great honor to, be in the position to have to be responsible for your teammates. So you have to first acknowledge, I think the key is acknowledging the position that you're in and the responsibility that you have. Once you acknowledge that, once you come to terms with it, everything else is easy. But it starts in practice. Everything starts in practice, and then it leads on into the tournaments. Because when you're during the tournaments, there's everything, too many things are happening so fast. You're just, after a game, you got to get food, you got to make sure that you got to stretch, get ready for the next game. So everything starts in practice, and it's a bit of a burden, but it's one that I embrace, and I think Gerard embraces it too. But it's one that we both embrace, and we take on it with pride. There's many distractions that come with it. I mean, lots of, I hate to mention, but girls are the biggest ones. After games, you have a lot of people coming to watch, girls that you might like, your friends, and they all want to talk to you after your game, especially if you're doing well in the tournament. But the important thing as leaders is you have to tell your teammates, look, there'll be plenty of time after we win. We need to set our minds on gold, nothing less. So after the games, we stick together, we speak amongst each other. If people want to sleep, they sleep, but we're all together as a team and united as a front. So that's one of those things.
No, I mean, captain to captain, I guess we're on the same wavelength there. I mean, so many distractions, it can be a big burden, because you have to set the standard. If you drop your standard, then your team is going to follow, you know. You literally have to go down with the boat. And I believe as captains, we've been able to manage our boats really well. Obviously, it's all thanks to the team, all thanks to our coaches backing us. And obviously, with that, but I believe all of it was possible, you know. Like you said, so many distractions. People you want to see in the stands, or noise from the other team, and this is a very big one of basketball. But when you're being pushed by your opponents, like they're trying to get into your heads, you can't let your team lash out at them, you know, because it reflects on the school. And I think that's the thing as a captain. When you're the captain, you carry the crest of your school as well. And I think that's in the back of the head of all captains. And yeah, no, it's just getting to know your team, you know, getting to see how everybody works. That's your responsibility, making sure the team can gel as one. I mean, that's why you are the captain, you know. And like he said, it starts at practice. You can't be a practice player, you know. You have to lead on and off the court. When you go to school, you have to make sure your teammates are being in line. You're making sure they're behaving, making sure they're not causing trouble, getting their grades up. And on the court, you make sure their sportsmanship, all of that stuff, so that when you become one cohesive unit, you can do great things together. And that's just what I believe being a captain is.
For that said, we're going to kick it to the break now. And when we come back, we're going to play a little game. So please stick around. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Well, I've interrupted the podcast with Chummy and Tim. They're doing a great job telling you all about the Inanda Hoops. To tell you about something else that's quite exciting. Takealot and SuperSport schools are doing their Why I Play campaign this month. And your school could win 100,000 Rand in Takealot vouchers. And you yourself could win 5,000 Rand in Takealot vouchers. All you need to do is create a video saying Why I Play. Why do you play your sport? And this is the podcast, so it literally can be any sport. Create the video, post it to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Just needs to be a minute. Use the hashtag WhyIPlay, tag Takealot, SuperSport schools, and your school, and you could stand a chance to win. If your clip is the one that is selected and your school then wins the 100,000 Rand in vouchers, you win 5,000 Rand in Takealot vouchers. You come second, 2,500 Rand, and if you come third, 500 Rand. It's the Why I Play campaign with Takealot, and there's so much that money can be used towards. We were down at Takealot's headquarters in Cape Town a couple of weeks ago to find out what's up for grabs.
No, Tim, Chummy, all Alway with me to take a look at some of these products on today's episode of the podcast. And I'm a little bit disappointed actually, because I'm going to be taking a look at some of the outdoor gear and games that Takealot have to offer. And it would have been quite cool to play it with everyone, but then again, maybe it would have caused a bit of damage here at Takealot. All the products I'm going to look at today are available on Takealot for you to get yourself. First up, we need a way to get around outside. That's where the Xiaomi electric scooter Elite comes in. It has a top speed of 25 kilometers an hour, a range of 30 kilometers, and it's super portable. It folds up, which means it's the perfect way for a student or athlete or student athlete living a busy life to get around town easily. Then we have the Get Up Bounce Ball game, and this is a fantastic activity to do with friends, family, and teammates. What I really like about it is how portable it is. It's super easy to set up, to pack away. You can take it with you on holiday, to the beach, use it in your back garden, in the park, pretty much anywhere you can play the Get Up Bounce Ball game. And if you are doing it with your team, aside from the added benefit of a bit of cardio, it also tests your reflexes. Next, we have this Get Up Sisal original dartboard and cabinet sets. Now, this is the perfect addition to any braai area for match day, your home, dorm. It's amazing to play with friends, family, and teammates. And there are a couple of things I need to point out about the classic Get Up dartboard. It's made from sisal fibers, which are self-healing, which means you can use this board over and over and over again. Great for practice and also great for games. You're not going to get any of those annoying lumps or holes forming. You can really use this dartboard for a long time. And then crucially, the bullseye has no staples, which means those annoying deflections when it matters most aren't going to be happening. So I think Tim and I need to have a game of killer. And then, you know, these days, how busy the paddle courts, tennis courts, squash courts are all the time. What if you just want to play a quick game during break, at home, something where you can just set it up and go? That's where the Get Up Easy Play Badminton set comes in. Great way to test reflexes with friends, family, and your teammates, and also a pretty good team building activity as well. Now these picks are just the beginning. There's so much more for you to explore on Takealot this week, so make sure you head online, grab your outdoor gear and games, and have a whole lot of fun.
Bringing you the sport you care about the most, this is the SuperSport Schools Podcast.
Are you ready?
Yes, Dad.
Happy birthday. Cheese.
Hold me again. And I'm holding on to memories still to come. I'm holding on.
It's more than a meal.
You ready, Nana?
It's living with a taste for life.
Bringing you the sport you care about the most, this is the SuperSport Schools Podcast.
Welcome back to the SuperSport Schools Podcast, proudly brought to you by Super. And, on this basketball episode, throw a little bit of fun in there. We have a fun game to play, put a finger down. But it's going to be more sports related, bring the kids into it, enjoy the space. So, you guys ready?
Definitely.
All right, let's go. 10 fingers up. I'm a player as well. Even though I have the questions, I still want to play. I want to see how I measure. Am I like you guys? Are we different? We'll see. Okay, first question. Put a finger down if you've ever argued with a ref. Wait, James, actually, maybe I also need to. James, what's going on? Why are we arguing? As the captain, you're arguing with the ref.
Okay, maybe argue is not the right word, but I've had a few, words, just a few questions there, like questioning some calls. Funny call.
Yeah. Like, I'm never going to go out of my way to scream at the ref. I'm not an angry guy, but some calls are questionable. It's your job to question. Yep. Yeah.
You know what? I understand it. I get it. I've also had that moment. There's a call against you. You're like, what? How? Where? Who? No, I get it. Okay, next one. Put a finger down if you've missed the layup and blamed it on the court. Damn. What was wrong with the court that day?
It was slippery. It was too slippery.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've never blamed the court. I blamed a lot of things on missing. Like I blamed the backboard. It was too hard. I don't know how a backboard can be too hard. The rim was bent. I blame that, but I've never seen the court. But hey, I get it. Okay, question 3. Put a finger down if you said LeBron is better or the best player of all time, just to start an argument. No? Oh. Okay, then who's your GOAT? Let me hear it.
Michael Jordan.
MJ.
Sure?
Yeah,
MJ. Okay, see, now this is how I know I'm the problem. Because I've definitely said Kobe's the GOAT just to get under people's skin.
Oof. You see, you like to argue.
This is true, but I don't like to argue. I just like to look at the facts and be like, Kobe, the mentality, it's there.
Okay. Yeah, your perspective, your opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, clearly I'm the rage baiter. It's me. I've started arguments with Kobe. You know what? For that one, I'll take one out. Because it wasn't LeBron, but it was somebody else. Put a finger down if you bricked a layup. I'm going to have to put my finger down.
Yeah.
You know what? We don't need any more explaining. You know what the feeling's like. You know the look your coach gave you with. We're gonna. Okay, next one. This one is on hard work and dedication. Put a finger down if you've ever practiced in the rain or at night.
1,000,000%.
That's a hard work. Which one is worse?
Rain.
100%. Yo.
Again, back to the layups. Put a finger down if you've missed a wide open layup on the drive, on a fast break.
Yeah.
Again, another humbling moment. The worst is when it happens in a close match, because then you know it's your fault. You're the problem. Okay, well, Last question, and I think I'm going to stick on the humbling train for this one. Put a finger down if you ever had your ankles broken, and I mean broken. Good at what happened, bro?
It's happened too many times. I think even against KES, our most recent game, and I'm not gonna say that. But there is videos of it, and it's posted on a platform where everybody can access it easily. But my ankles got broken, and it was horrible. It was bad.
Damn. But I mean, that's the end of the game. But again, getting your ankles broken is a humbling experience. Worst thing is, it was a St. John's boy. I think that's the most recent one. It was a pickup game I was playing at UCT. St. John's boy comes down the lane. I'm like, I got him. Switch sides. I went, huh? I blamed it on the court, though. It was slippery. It wasn't my bad. But credit, Gerald, it's been a pleasure meeting with you guys, hearing your stories of playing and hearing your stories of the not so fun times. Again, this has been the SuperSport Schools podcast, proudly brought to you by Spur. You can catch us every Sunday for new episodes at 6 p.m. But until next time, bye-bye.
This has been the SuperSport Schools podcast, bringing you stories of our future stars, powered by Spur Steak Ranchers.